Super Bowl episode of One More and I'm Out of Here. The day before the Super Bowl, I've made my wager, which will be reviewed thoroughly on this program today. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Carroll. Welcome to the big program. Jason Kiefer is here. And do you got to be a firefighter tomorrow?
I do not.
Yeah, baby.
I was a fireman yesterday.
But I want to start the show with this. Jason, I think you know what I have in my hand here. One for you, one for me, and one in memory of Toby Keith.
We'll put a little bit of this one.
Absolutely. I'm drinking on my red Solo cup for the remainder of the program today. In honor of what a punch to the gut that was. I mean, we knew that he had ailments, he had the cancer. I was under the impression that he was on his way to getting better from that.
Seemed like he was.
And then I read a story about Brett Favre, who I guess him and Brett Favre were buddies. He told Brett Favre that he had quit doing the chemo. And he said, whatever happens, I'm fine with. I guess I don't know a lot of people that have had the chemo and the cancer treatments and all that. And then that chemo can just eat you alive. And he didn't want to go out that way.
He was a bad motherfucker. It hurt my soul when I heard that he had passed. It hurt my soul when I heard he had cancer, but I've always been a Toby Keith fan. You know, as long as I can remember.
How many shows? I went to 2.
I went to almost every Toby Keith show. Either I was working as a paramedic at Riverbend or I went as a patron. Got to hang out with him on his bus when I was a paramedic after a show, which was
no shit
phenomenal. That kind of drew me to him.
Oh, I want to hear that story.
Oh, it's epic, fantastic. So Riverbend is our like outdoor summer pavilion type thing, our outdoor concert venue, and a lot of the artists that come in there, as soon as they're done, they pack up and they leave. The buses roll out. You know, the whole entourage is gone. Toby Keith every year would spend the night on his bus in the spot where his bus was parked and leave the next morning, because he would stay and just get all fucked up and hang out with people. And then,
he was good buddies with Jeff Ruby.
Yeah.
And I got to give props to Channel 5. They had Jeff Ruby on and put at the end of the piece, a nice montage together of a lot of photos with Jeff Ruby and Toby Keith, and just really great stuff. So I got to give props to Jeff Ruby and to Channel 5 for putting that on the air. But that was probably one of the best tributes that I saw to Toby Keith. But the thing I remember about his shows is I was just so blown away how you knew every song. I mean, every time he would strike up another tune, you're like, oh, damn, this is another hit. I mean, it just, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I couldn't sit here and name them all right now, but when he's playing in concert, and if you're watching us right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because one hit would end and another one would start, and they were so much fun, man. Toby Keith, what a great American.
I completely agree.
Ted Nugent posted this. He said, and this was right after the day that we learned that Toby Keith was gone. He wrote, "Oh shit." He said, "I'm shattered." He said, "This one really hurts. There are no words. We lost such a great man today. I may say more soon, but for now there are no words. Everyone send love and prayers to the Toby Keith family."
Yep.
So, and then Riley Gaines simply posted this, and that, I don't know if you can see that really great on the thing, on the thing, but that is just a picture of a giant red Solo cup.
It's a good description that you just did right there.
Yeah. What? But Toby Keith, man,
looked a lot like this.
100%, brother.
100%, Toby.
Damn, his shows were so much fun.
And to throw in, I mean, just how much shit he did for the veterans.
Oh,
that's
I've seen so much video the last 2-3 days of him, being in Afghanistan and being, doing all the USO tour and everything else, and some great video of him and Nugent together. And I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yep.
What a great guy.
2024 can suck a dick already. Completely suck a dick.
Telling you, man. Carl Weathers, and then Toby Keith, and then Mojo Nixon.
And then
bites the dust, goes down hard.
We got our buddy down and out right now. That's bullshit. 2024 can suck a whole bag of dicks.
A whole bag of dicks. A big bag. The jumbo size.
The jumbos. I like the fact you brought the red Solo cups. Good work.
That's why I got here at the last minute.
Is that why? Is that why you were late?
I did. I had to run in. You know what? There's a lot of places.
You're late because you have a fucking gambling problem, Dan. You're late because you have a gambling problem.
Well, we talked about that on the last show, that I was going to make a wager on the Super Bowl. And so I waited till I had all the information in, and at least as much information as I could gather. I didn't want to do it on, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So I played golf this morning.
That's the real reason. That's the real reason.
What?
He's late. He won money, so he had to settle up.
Well, if I don't win money, I just leave.
Right.
But when I win money, I got to wait till everybody else is done.
I know it's weird. So you won money this week, so you're not used to having to be that late.
My team, there's a lot of weekends that I contribute, but my team won 2 legs. I got closest to the pin on 2 holes. What else did I get?
Did you make any prop bets? I'm looking at your betting slip.
No, that's it. That's just the parlay.
You didn't make any prop bets on Taylor Swift?
Well,
any of the Taylor Swift things?
They had a list of prop bets there, but I'm standing at the kiosk and I'm flipping through it, and it's got more bets, and I was just like, no, I'm just doing the basics here. Consulted with Hassler.
So Kevin and I went down to see Rob today, and because I'm an avid listener of Drinking Bros Sports had a Super Bowl extravaganza, as they called it, with Uncle Laser, who is absolutely hysterical, but and Gary Faust, who's a piece of shit, just like Uncle Laser. But they went through, I guess, MyBookie, who's one of their sponsors, wanted them to go through all of the prop bets on Taylor Swift.
Oh, for God's sake. There's got to be 1,000 of them.
So it's, does Taylor Swift arrive on time from Tokyo? Do you see her holding a drink? Like all these stupid bets.
I've never seen her. All the times I've seen her, I've never seen her holding a beverage in her hand. Have you?
Yeah. Almost every time.
Okay. All right. What do you think she's drinking?
Yeah.
What does Taylor Swift drink?
Whore juice.
Come on, man. Don't hate on Taylor Swift.
I fucking hate her. I've made that very,
Why?
very
That is a big thing. I talked about that on the radio this week.
I've made that very... I've hated her before all of this.
With our friend Sarah Elise. And I said, I don't understand all the hate that Taylor Swift is catching.
I've never liked Taylor Swift since
I mean,
she started. Now,
I couldn't name you a single Taylor Swift song. I would not go to one of her shows, but I don't hate her.
I think she and her team she's a great businesswoman.
By the way, do you know how Taylor Swift got her career started? Do you know who
Toby Keith
paved the way for her?
Toby Keith.
Toby fucking Keith, man. Give me some of that.
What was it? Big Machine
Right there,
Productions
brother,
or
Toby
something?
Keith.
Jesus, don't knock it over.
I
Fuck.
was just getting a little.
You're so aggressive.
We're just representing Toby Keith with the red Solo cup right there. So
I don't know if it was Big Machine Records or whatever, but yeah, Toby Keith. No, the reason I don't like Taylor Swift, and I've never liked Taylor Swift, is every song that she has is about a breakup and how it's the guy's fucking fault. Every song. I'll say 98%.
All right, give me a little. Sing one for me.
Oh fuck! I don't know any of her fucking shit. Now it's
well. Then how do you know?
Because I can hear the songs. I can't fucking.
Well, then sing a little.
I can't get. I don't memorize the goddamn lyrics, Dan, and I don't know the song titles.
Should we Google
Teardrops on My Guitar is one.
How does that one go?
I don't know. I just know it got that song title. But there's a 12-year-old upstairs that thinks it's hilarious to blare some Taylor Swift. Just to annoy me.
Well, if she knows it's going to get under your skin.
And I'm like, do not make me have to break that.
That's solid.
Don't make me have to do that. Jace doesn't want to have to do that today.
Now, see, it's like a Toby Keith song. You know the lyrics to a Toby Keith song.
Yeah, because I enjoy that.
Red Solo cup.
Well, that's an easy one because you got a hint right in front of you.
Let's have a party. Proceed the party. You know the part, like I really love how you're easy to stack, but I really hate how you're easy to crack and all that. I don't know all that part of the lyrics.
Oh well, you don't know all the goddamn lyrics.
I didn't say I knew them all, but I know that part.
But anyway, all
I know all the words too. Should have been a cowboy.
She's an angry little elf. And when I cannot wait to hear what the song title is, and I've seen memes and whatever, but what a legitimate song title will be when her and Travis break up, what that song title is going to be and what that number one hit's going to be. She is a good businesswoman, has obviously.
But see, I've heard a lot of people say that
she's made fucking. She's a fucking billionaire.
This has the makings of another hit song.
Yeah, because he's going to fuck up. He's going to fuck up because he's a stupid fucking jock. He's going to fuck up. He's going to go out of town somewhere. He's going to bang somebody else. She's going to find out. It's going to hit the papers. And all of a sudden, the only thing that I can hope...
What is him banging somebody else frowned upon in that relationship?
Well, I don't know that they have an open one.
I don't know. We have no idea.
As fucking snooty as she is,
maybe
I'm pretty sure she's not
maybe they like that kind of stuff.
I'm pretty sure she's not into the open relationships. That would be my guess.
I'm just saying, far be it from me, but
the song title, the one song title in the meme I saw was "I used to have a tight end" when they break up. So I found that very amusing.
I don't know. I'm just so out of the pop music scene and the.
I'm not even going to share this page, but one of the articles that I pulled up was huge Taylor Swift fan refuses to watch a Super Bowl with her boyfriend because her dad fucking hates Taylor Swift so bad that all he does is talk shit. And for whatever reason, this made Fox News, and the fact that she was like, I'm not going over there. I will watch the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift by myself, which I found amusing in the fact that it made Fox News. But that's how big a draw Taylor Swift is with the NFL and the Super Bowl.
Right? Well, I mean, she is contributing to the NFL, raking in record numbers of profits this year. So the NFL is going to milk that for all it's worth.
Yep, absolutely.
And it doesn't cost them a dime. Or do you think there's some money changing hands there? Is that a possibility?
I'm sure there is a possibility there.
And then what about this part? What about this? Travis Kelce's mom was asked about going to the Super Bowl, and she said, I don't think I'm going to be in a luxury suite. I'm going to just be in a regular seat for the Super Bowl. And they said, well, why not? And she said, well, those luxury suites are expensive. The luxury suites start at like 1.8, I think, million and go well over that.
You want to know the real reason?
The real reason what?
Why she Doesn't want to be in a luxury seat.
She doesn't want to be hanging out with Taylor Swift.
She doesn't want to be with fucking Taylor Swift or Patrick Mahomes' fucking wife.
I thought they were buddies.
Or Patrick Mahomes' wife, fucking Brittany. That stupid bitch.
What's wrong with her?
Oh, dude.
She's good looking.
She's toxic as fuck.
Now, how do
Pay
you
attention.
How do you know? Do you know Pat? Do you know?
Have you not paid
not
attention?
Kelsey, but Mahomes.
Have you not paid attention?
No, I have not,
dude.
I haven't. Look, I did 3 shows on 700 WLW this week.
When are you gonna let me speak?
Well, I want to explain myself.
Well, you asked me a question first.
Go ahead. Can you grab me a beer?
Last year, she fucking loudest, fucking most obnoxious bitch spraying champagne and shit all over fucking fans that were less fortunate than her to be in a luxury box.
Kelsey's mom?
No, fucking Mahomes' wife, Brittany.
Wife. Okay.
That's who we're talking about. She is a toxic fucking whore.
Well, maybe the fans said, hey, spray me with some of your champagne.
Definitely not what happened.
Maybe they were saying, pour some sugar on me.
This is exactly.
And she said, I don't have sugar. I got some champagne. So, we'll do a little bit of this.
And this is exactly where you don't watch enough football to know that that's not exactly what happened.
Pour some sugar on me. Is that Def Leppard?
I'll pour a Coors Light on you to get you to quit singing. Yes, it's Def Leppard.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one.
And Will Cray. Thank you, Will Cray. Pay attention to the gossip, Dan. God damn.
Well,
he needs to watch more football is what he needs to do.
I watch football. Not as much as I used to, but I have other things I have to do.
Oh, yeah. Sundays is football day.
I know, but
Sundays is football day. Doesn't matter what year it is.
I can't spend my whole time worrying about Travis Kelce's wife or Travis Kelce's girlfriend and Patrick Mahomes' wife. I saw some pictures of her. I heard she was she on the cover of Sports Illustrated?
Yeah.
Is she like a swimsuit model or
no?
What? She's not. She could be, though. Probably.
Not sure
Isn't she like a physical fitness kind of thing or what?
From the outside looking at her, not a bad looking girl, but not a complete specimen. We'll put it that way. And then when she opens her mouth, guess what? She goes from like maybe an 8 to 7 or an 8 down to a fucking 3.
Have you had a conversation with her?
No, but I've heard her fucking voice.
Well, what does she talk about?
It's a loud screeching sound that comes out of her face hole. It's a loud screeching sound.
Well, why is Patrick Mahomes with a person like that?
They were high school sweethearts.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
Yeah, well, it's adorable. It's adorable. He's got a dumb bitch for a wife and a fucking idiot brother, and then
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Jackson Mahomes. His brother.
Now, see, I couldn't have told you.
He's gotten charged with sexual assault. He's a Mr. TikTok guy.
That's not good.
Sexual assault and
didn't his dad get a DUI?
Yeah, his dad just got a DUI. The family's doing great.
I'm telling you what.
I mean, he's making money, so that's good. So money solves everything.
But here's the thing. If you've got a mom that's got not one but 2 sons who are in the NFL, both multimillionaires.
I love Mrs. Kelsey. I love her.
And your son is dating one of the richest women on the planet.
And she doesn't want to sit in a box with her? Weird.
I'm just saying.
I call that a fucking clue, bro.
And because I looked that up. I did look it up earlier in the week. Taylor Swift's net worth is like $1.1 billion.
Yeah.
So you think she could afford a luxury suite? She could afford a couple of them and not miss
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
But the fact that the mom doesn't want to fucking sit with her at the Super Bowl, I find that amusing.
Is that true? Is that can we find a source on that?
You're the one that brought it up.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that the mom didn't want to sit with her. I'm just saying
you said she couldn't afford it.
Yeah, but how can that? That's what I don't understand. How can she say I'm not going to be in a luxury suite when you have a son that could afford it, not one but 2 sons that can afford it, and your son's girlfriend is one of the richest women on the planet, and you know she's going to have a suite. Why isn't mom invited? That's it to me. That's like the start. That's breakup material right there.
Boom.
I'm like, wait.
Here comes the fucking
so
song.
If I'm Travis Kelce and my girlfriend's up there in a luxury suite, partying with her crew, And I'm like, wait, you couldn't, you got a suite for 20 people and you couldn't fit in my mom? Come on. And my mom's out there with the regular schlubs. Well, I mean, who goes to the Super Bowl anyway? Not people like me and you, obviously.
No, not for like
How many-
essentially between $15,000 and $20,000 a seat.
How many
definitely
regular
not.
people go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely out of my purview.
I don't know. I'd rather go to the Waste Management golf event and hang out on hole number 16.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they obviously just showed that you don't watch enough football. You had no idea about Patrick Mahomes' wife or his brother.
Does Patrick Mahomes' wife play football?
She was highlighted all last year for all her stupid fucking antics. You paid no attention, Mr. Media Guy. You paid no attention.
I don't think that really answers the question I asked you.
No, she does not play football.
Well, there you go. How am I going to know about her? If I watch football and she doesn't play football, how am I supposed to know who she is?
Because they talk about it all the fucking time. And the Chiefs are on TV all the fucking time.
I haven't heard Jim Nance say one word about Patrick Mahomes' wife.
Not this year because Taylor Swift fucking overshadowed that shit. Last year, it was Brittany Mahomes.
I rest my case.
Last year, Brittany Mahomes. Jesus Christ. It's like fucking hanging out with a toddler or something.
What are they calling that? Kelsey and Taylor Swift, they call them that like Swelfty or
Swift. No.
It's a combination. It's like the Bennifer, right? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. What are they calling that? Kelsey, the Swift. I heard it once and I was like, okay, I get it. I didn't remember.
Well, like I said,
I didn't commit it to memory.
Everybody stay tuned for what the actual song title will be. Because it's happening. It's going to happen. That guy's going to fuck up. He almost fucked up a college career by smoking weed. He's going to fuck up this relationship.
University of Cincinnati, baby.
Thank God for his brother to fucking brought him back.
But Kelsey, just do me a favor. Have a great game. Just don't catch passes for more than 73 yards and I'll be fine.
Yeah, is that what you got?
It says 72 and a half.
72 and a half.
Yeah.
All right, so here, yeah, we'll hit your bet real quick. So Dan made a parlay, a four leg parlay, $35 bet. Brock Purdy under 200.
Actually, and just to clarify, I won 40 playing golf today, but I only bet 35, so I still have some money in my pocket. Or actually, the other 5 went to the Red Solo Cups.
There you go.
So
now you're easy.
Just wanted to clarify that. In case I don't really think anyone cares about that. But
Brock Purdy under 246 and a half passing yards. Travis Kelce.
Kevin, you like that? All right.
Travis Kelce under 72 and a half receiving yards.
And the thing is, here's the thing on that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I mean, do you want to discuss this or not?
Well, can I go through the whole fucking all 4 legs and then we can discuss?
Okay.
Jesus. Because this will be a fucking 2-hour-long goddamn podcast. George Kittle over 49 and a half.
I have to pee before then.
And then Patrick Mahomes over 261 and a half.
That's going to be the tough one, I think.
I think that is going to be tough.
That's going to be the tough one.
San Francisco is definitely going to have to put some pressure on fucking Kelce.
Well, that was my thinking going in because all week long, everyone I heard, and this includes Clay Travis from Outkick, who does the Rush Limbaugh show now, and he was going with the over on the Travis Kelce yards, and then I started thinking about it, and I'm thinking, okay, if I'm San Francisco and I'm going to game plan, we know what kind of weapons Patrick Mahomes has at his disposal. And Travis Kelce, you look at what he did in their game against Baltimore. And, I mean, they just ripped Baltimore a new ass. 11 targets, 11 catches, something like that. And I'm saying we cannot let that happen. So I'm going to scheme defensively to prevent that from happening and force Mahomes to go to some other guys. So they were saying, all season long, he has overperformed on, every time he's had a bet about, making over the yardage, he's made it all season long. I'm thinking this time it's not going to happen. So that I'm just thinking San Francisco is going to scheme defensively to prevent him from, I'm not saying he's not going to score a touchdown. I think it gets a lot harder inside the 20 in short yardage situations to bottle him up. But I'm thinking, a catch and run for 30 or 40 yards. I'm just not seeing that. I just don't think that's in the cards on Sunday. Your thoughts?
Hold on. I want to take a picture of this just so I can remember. No, I'm glad.
And then how about if I win, $635 or whatever it is?
Yeah, pay out $675.
$675, baby.
On a $35 bet.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
It's not a
ROI.
That's not a terrible parlay. I'm not a huge better, but I mean, just looking at
neither am I. It took me a while to figure out how to work the kiosk.
Well, that doesn't shock me. You don't even know how to work your own goddamn phone.
That was another part of the reason I was up against the clock, because I had a little struggle with it.
The conversation that we had on the phone before. Hey,
it was 1:00.
Oh, it's only going to take me 2 minutes to go to the casino and make this bet. I'm like, nope, it's going to take a lot longer than 2 minutes. That's exactly what I told you. Jesus Christ.
But still,
I don't dislike most of these. I think your Travis Kelce 72.5 is going to be tough. That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one to you better hope. You just better hope. Because I think that's going to be the one that fucks your parlay.
You think he's going to go over the 72.5?
I think he will. So, I mean, we'll see. But that's why I wanted to take a picture, because I won't remember what the fuck all you bet.
You can talk. Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
I don't gambling at all. I'm just learning. But
just learning.
Just thoughts about it.
You've got the app on your phone.
If Mahomes, he had him going over the total, Kelce would be a pretty good bet to go over, just for the simple fact that they don't play scripted plays.
Yeah.
It's docu mode. It's more like backyard football.
Yeah, they do freelance a lot.
Gets open.
Right.
He's not going to bust out the big 40-yarder, but I do think, like last week, he had, 10, 11 catches for over 100 yards. None of them were big gainers. They were just get open.
Right.
I'll throw it down.
8, 9 yards, dink and dunk, yeah.
Three. The Kelce one, I'm on the fence with.
But I'm just thinking they're going to scheme. Yeah, no, I just think they're going to scheme to prevent that sort of ball possession, because that's how San Francisco needs to have the ball. I think the more possessions San Francisco can have, the better off they're going to be. Because they didn't start really clicking on offense until they were in the second half of that game against Detroit, and that's when they possessed the ball a little bit more than the Lions did. So I'm thinking they're going to try to think that we cannot let them, and a ball possession receiver is one of the things that Travis Kelce is great at. And if you need to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards on a third down, who's your guy? Boom. Travis Kelce. That's a no-brainer. I'm just thinking they're going to scheme against that and try to prevent that. I'm not going to say they're going to prevent it, but if I'm a defensive coordinator, that's my thought going into the game.
I love the 14 parlay bet. That's a huge payout, and there's absolute potential. All the stupid prop bets, the only one I actually like is under third quarter, low score quarter. I think that should be a deadlock.
Yeah, see, I didn't
fucking Cincy 513.
I didn't take a lot of time to look at those.
Cincy 513. Coming in hot. I love it. He asked, have you talked about Mahomes' white bikini pics yet? Not bad from the neck down. And And then he says,
Well, no, we
then
didn't
he
talk
says,
about her bikini.
doesn't deserve to be an SI, but I'd put her on the cover of Butterface Monthly. Especially when she opens her fucking face hole.
I'm not familiar with that particular publication. But
Nicely played. I love it.
right.
I love it.
Now, see, if I Google her bikini pics, you're gonna have to Google because I can't put them up on the one more.
Well, everyone else can fucking Google it. What else do you fucking have to fucking talk about?
You want something to talk about?
Well, you sent me a bunch of shit.
I did send you a bunch of shit. Are we ready to move on to that now?
Whatever you want to do.
Well,
I'm here for you. I just set all this up for you, apparently.
Well, no, you brought stuff to the table too.
I know.
But I'm just saying, the last show, I said I was going to do my Super Bowl wager and have it ready for today.
Yes.
So that was one of the elements of the show.
Nailed it.
All right. Does the name Haley Davidson ring a bell? It should, because we talked about Haley Davidson a couple of weeks ago. Transgender golfer.
Oh, yeah.
Won the championship
I was probably drunk.
At the NXXT Women's Classic in Orlando, Florida, which is essentially the equivalent of the Korn Ferry Tour on the PGA. All right, so that's the women's equivalent. Caused quite a bit of controversy as she, and I'm just reading from the story that's printed here, as she takes a major step towards potentially qualifying for the LPGA Tour. But after the win, she insists that she does not have an unfair advantage just because she's a transgender athlete. Well, Haley, I got news for you. You do have an unfair advantage because you're a dude. You're a dude. You're a dude. You're a dude. I was reminded of this. Our coroner here, Laxmi Shamarko is her name. Have you ever met her? I like her a lot. I think she does. I think our coroner does a pretty good job here in Hamilton County. There was a
yeah, I have.
There's a case she's been working on recently.
I'm doing like 3 different things
with the discovery of there was a like part of there were body parts that were found on the west side of town, and when I mean like cut up body parts that were like cut up on purpose. So if you have a body part and they've been, exposed to the elements or laying around for 8-9 months or a year or more, you're not going to be able to look at that body part and say, oh yeah, that's a guy's leg, or that's a woman's foot, or that's that's an arm from a dude. You're not going to be as a paramedic, you're not going to be able to look at that body part and just with your eyeballs say that that's a guy or a girl, right?
No, that takes forensic shit.
Well, that's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
So through careful examination, she was able to determine that the dead individual was a woman in her mid-30s. And I'm thinking, well, how do you know it's a woman? Maybe she identified as a man. But that's the thing. When you die, when you are dead, and if an archaeologist, Haley Davidson, comes and digs up your body after you've been dead for 1,000 years, and they look at your bones and your bone structure, guess what? You're going to be misgendered. You are not going to be identified as a woman. They're going to say, that's a guy. I don't know why. He's got girly things there in his grave or wherever the fuck your final resting place is going to be. But you cannot change that. You cannot change your DNA. You cannot change your bone structure. You cannot, you can take all the puberty blockers and the hormones and the estrogen treatments and all that shit. And that's going to, yes, is that going to make some changes? Yes, that is going to make some changes. But it doesn't change deep down inside who you really are, what you were born as. You cannot change that. as Lady Gaga saying, "I was born this way." And that used to be the anthem for like the LGBTQ community until they realized that, oh, wait, no, I can't say I was born this way because now I have to be born. I was misgendered at birth. My sexual assignment at birth was incorrect.
Because now I want to change it.
And there's no such thing. I read a story one time about a guy who and he talked about, I spent a couple of days last week and I called all the hospitals in my area. And I said, can I need to talk to someone. This is really important. They said, well, what can we do for you? And he said, I need to talk to someone in the sexual assignment department. And they said, what? And he said, the sexual assignment department.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
This.
And they said, what are you talking about? And he said, well, the current thinking is that you're assigned your sex at birth. And I said, I would like to talk to the person in that department that is in charge of that, assigning sex at birth. So every woman, and are we allowed to say women are the ones who give birth? Are we allowed to? And we're supposed to believe men can give birth.
We pretty much offend everybody. So
every
really
woman that gives birth now needs to have a sexual assignment expert in there to, when that baby is born, to say, yep, oh, that's a boy, that's a girl. And so all these hospitals he called said not a single one of them had a sexual assignment department, someone whose job it was to assign a sex at birth, because we pretty much have a really, really good idea of what you are the moment you come out of your mama's belly. We have a really good idea if you're a boy or a girl. And it's worked for thousands of years before all this nonsense started.
What if everything that we learned, you remember going through like history, ancient Egypt, and King Tut's tomb being found, and King Tut was actually a bitch. What about that?
Could be. You never know.
So he's up there in whatever afterlife going, I have been misgendered this whole motherfucking time. These sons of bitches. I mean, did you see all the jewels I had? I mean, what the fuck?
Can you grab me another beer?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Paula is out of town. You're fucking rolling. During
a recent interview with Sky News, Haley Davidson claimed that she no longer has a physical advantage over other women because she has been on hormones for almost 9 years now and had gender reassignment surgery nearly 3 years ago. Well, isn't that special?
Neat.
It doesn't matter. You can get cut up. You can get drugged up. You're still
born. You were still born the way you were born.
Yeah. And that doesn't change.
You can identify and identify however you choose, but you are still ultimately, at the end of the day, forensically, biologically going to be that way.
He says, I've lost over 50 miles an hour in swing speed. Really? Well, you know what? I used to hit the ball 300 yards. Guess what? I don't hit it 300 yards anymore. I'm still a dude. But I don't hit it I don't know if I've lost 50 miles an hour on my swing speed, but
that's just age.
That happens to everyone. So don't act like
you just got to rub that thing out. We just got to rub that thing out. There you go.
And don't act like you're not impressed.
You'll be back tomorrow, buddy. And Joe Billy said, Queen Tut makes so much sense. Only a woman can hold a grudge and keep it cursed for that long. Nicely played.
Now that's funny.
I'm a little biased, but nicely played. Good work.
Trans athletes shouldn't be banned, but at the same time, there needs to be regulations in place because it shouldn't just be a free-for-all. I think with so many topics, we as a society need to sit down and listen to each other rather than scream at each other and put hatred in it. Look, I'm not coming from a place of hatred. I'm just coming from a place of reality.
I fucking hate everybody equally. I'm coming from a place of hatred. I just fucking hate everybody. I hate people. Fucking hate everybody.
You've never met Haley Davidson. Do you hate Haley Davidson?
Probably. I would probably hate her. Just cause.
No. Haley Davidson, no, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you couldn't cut it as a male. We all have to come to that realization at some point. I wanted to play professional football. There was a time when I thought I'd be good enough at golf to make the senior PGA tour. That didn't happen. I mean, we've all got failures in our life, but we have to deal with it. The option of I suck as a golfer or a swimmer or a track athlete, and since I didn't win as a guy, and I'm maybe a little bit above average as a guy, but if I become a girl, then I'm going to be really, really good. That sort of thing just shouldn't happen. And I don't see myself ever being convinced that it should happen. And look, I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but guess what? Life sucks, man. It's not fair. Toby Keith is only 62 years old. He should not be dead, but you know what? He's dead.
With all this bullshit, I'm just hoping with the way 24 is going that I fucking wake up tomorrow with the way the fucking news is going. Like, I'm just national news, personal news, all of this shit.
Yeah.
This is why I fucking hate everybody. I just focus on the fucking prize. Wake up tomorrow. Wake up tomorrow. Wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's all I got to do.
Look, if you want to walk around pretending you're a girl, knock yourself out. But don't screw over on other women, because here's the thing. When you enter a golf tournament, there's only so many entries that go into that golf tournament. Because of you, some woman who rightfully should be in that golf tournament doesn't have an opportunity to compete. You're a dude. You compete with the dudes. You can't cut it as a dude making the golf tournaments, then you need to move on to something else.
Yep.
I don't know how to make it any more simple.
Isn't there a saying, life isn't fair?
It's not fair.
Life is not fair.
And that's really not
fair. And you don't get everything that you think that you should have. Hey, question. Speaking of things that I wish that I would have. Did you do your homework on rewriting the copies of...
Oh, God damn it.
Yep. See? Kevin, I fucking told you.
Bitch.
I fucking told you he would not do it.
No.
I fucking told you. Sorry for our sponsors that we have that Dan completely fucked you over on. But
we got a text from our buddy Wildman Walker.
Well, he's been in the chats.
Yeah, I know. What's he saying on the text message there?
Hey man, I'm watching your podcast. Give my longtime friend Bill Helton, aka Motorhead, a shout out. Bill was the Bengals' greatest fan, passing away yesterday.
Oh man!
After a 3-year battle with cancer.
Damn
Fuck
it!
Me. He and I shared the same birthday. Well, this goes out to Toby Keith. This goes out to fucking Wildman's buddy Bill Helton.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Dennis, thanks for that, man.
Again.
God.
24. 2024. I know. This is like, I'm like, fuck. All right. I just want to I need a blankie and I want to cry. For fuck's sakes.
Wildman Walker. We had him as a guest on the show. That was a fun show.
Yes, sir. We'll have him back on.
That was a fun show talking about his book, Wildman the Book.
living on a billboard for a period of time. Jesus.
Wildman Walker.
Why you fucking have to show me that now?
I did because I noticed I had a text on my phone, and I said it's from Wildman. I'm saying I'm going to let Jason read that.
You realize that my phone's over here, and I'm not even looking at it?
Well, mine's right there. I have a shelf right below me.
I know. Don't look at it.
Uh-oh.
Jesus. You don't look at your fucking phone when you're on the air on 700.
I look at it during the breaks.
During the breaks. We're not on a break, are we? Didn't think so. Thank you. All right. So next topic. Go ahead, fucker. What you got?
No, I want to hear about the teacher that the crazy. This crazy ass teacher. We have done, and we continue to do stories about teachers that have sex with their underage students.
I am going to share.
And this, I don't know which one is more unbelievable. Remember the one we had where the dad knew about it and was okay with it?
God love him. God love him.
This one.
Good for you, sir.
This one, I would be interested to find out what the dad thinks about this.
This one's more creepy.
Since this particular revelation came out about this this teacher.
This one's more creepy in the fact that, oh, come on, there it is. Married Virginia teacher admits to sneaking into 14-year-old student's home to have sex in his bed. Now, if the dad answered the door and says, yeah, the boy's upstairs, go ahead and handle it, I get that. But when you're sneaking in, a little bit different.
Can I just pause right there for a second? So, look, if you're dead set on banging one of your 14-year-old student, at what point does it cross your mind that this is a good idea to go to their house, sneak into their house and into that kid's bedroom and then bang it out?
But I love this segment. I love this segment of the podcast just because it just keeps on coming around. No pun intended. A married Virginia teacher faces up to 50 years behind bars after pleading guilty to having sex with her 14-year-old student over the school year at his home, where her, in quotes, DNA was recovered from his bed linens.
From his what?
Her DNA was recovered from his bed linens.
Oh, his.
So old boy,
he was getting the job done.
Old
at 14
boy at
years
14
old,
knew what the fuck.
Oh, yeah, I got to give the young man some props.
Megan Pauline Jordan, 25, who taught at Hungary Creek Middle School in Henrico County, pleaded guilty to 4 counts of carnal knowledge and 1 count of indecent liberties of a minor.
Indecent liberties of a minor.
So during the 22-23 school year, Ms. Jordan was having sexual relations with the 14-year-old student. On several occasions, Ms. Jordan would go to the victim's house and have sexual intercourse with the student. Her DNA was recovered from his bed linens.
How many? Several occasions?
It just says several.
So this got to be a regular thing.
So there's a mugshot.
Look at it's in the look at those that back crap crazy eyes right there.
Which is always good. The mugshots are always good.
Oh my God.
Gary Busey's was also really good. Let's see. She's held on bond. We've communicated with the families at school.
How about her husband though?
That poor fucker.
How fucking humiliating.
He's like, so.
I mean, if you're this guy, what do you do now?
Right.
I mean, how do you walk into the bar?
My wife.
How do you walk? How do you go fucking grocery shopping? How do you?
My wife's going to jail for 50 years for fucking a 14-year-old because I couldn't keep her fucking happy in my house as an adult.
Christ.
Holy shit. Oh, no, I completely agree.
I mean, do you just own it? Do you say, look, I've got a 2-inch dick. There's nothing I can do.
I'm wondering.
I mean, what do you do?
I'm wondering if this
14-year-old kid is hung like a horse. I got a fucking tiny pecker. I mean, do you own it?
So I'm wondering if this is the kid. I mean, obviously it's blurred out. I'm wondering if that's the kid.
I don't know. What's the caption under the picture?
It doesn't give anything.
All right.
I knew there was something wrong with her and the student's relationship. The student wouldn't do any of the work, and she wouldn't bat an eye.
Yeah, no, I'm going to help you with that later tonight.
Holy shit. That's funny. I mean, it's funny as I find it amusing as hell every time that we find one of these, only because, and I say it every time, that never happened to me in school, and I'm a little bit pissed off and jealous. But to your point with the fucking husband, how do you move on from that,
dude?
How do you move on from that?
We should get that dude on the podcast. Hey, man.
I'll try.
Does it say what his name is?
No.
Can you go back to that? Does it have his name in there?
No, but I'll try to find it.
I don't know. What do you do?
I'll reach out. I don't give a shit.
How do you go to work? I mean, do you go into hiding? I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Move to another part of the country?
Well, I've got no shame just to cold call him and see if he'd be on. I don't care. I'd be like, look, dude, we've all been cheated on. Now, I've never been cheated on with a 14-year-old, but come on the show. We'll treat you right.
I mean, no, I'm not going to disrespect the guy.
I would never do that.
I mean, it's not on him. It's on her. This is totally on her. But still.
Will Grace says, why don't these girls just go on fucking Tinder and bag some 18-year-old twink looking for fucks? I'm sure it's super easy to find them. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Will. Not wrong at all. But I love when Dan sent me that, and I was like, yes, that's another one. That could almost be
It just keeps going.
Weekly segment.
I saw where Chris Hansen is going to do his. He's going to.
I want Chris Hansen on this motherfucker.
He's going to come back with the series To Catch a Predator.
Yes, I love that show.
That I used to watch the hell out of that show.
Yep, religiously.
And he was doing an
You want
interview.
some pizza? You want some pizza? You mind if I eat the pizza before I go get arrested? Okay.
Well,
cool.
the thing was, I mean, he did like 6 or 7 seasons of it, and so this was, after the show had been on for a while, there were predators who would watch his show and then think they're going to hook up with a 14. Look. Here's a public service announcement.
Dan's
from
giving
your
advice.
friends at One More, and I'm out of here.
Let's say Dan, not to,
If
because I don't know what's coming out of your face.
If you're a creep and you like to go on the chat rooms, which I don't know where the chat rooms are.
I don't think that's even a thing.
But if you
anymore.
like to
Now
go
it's
into
just called social media,
the chat rooms and chat with what you think is a 14-year-old girl, and you send her a picture of your fucking fat hairy dick, and you think she's going to want to hook up with that, and saying, "Yeah, I want you to come to my house when my parents are gone." Dude, that is not reality. That is not happening. And there's a good chance it's going to be either Chris Hansen or some other big hairy ass dude waiting for you on the other side of the door, and you're fucking going to prison. I mean, that's it.
No, so I know you're not on TikTok.
So there's public service now.
I know you're not on TikTok, but there's a bunch of TikTok pages that will hit the algorithm, and you'll sit there and you'll watch them go into a Walmart, and these guys got they got a phone. My phone's over there, but they got a phone, and they're like, "All right, he's going to be in the shoe section." Okay.
Oh, I've seen those videos.
And then they'll walk up and be like, "Hey, Dan, looking for some shoes, are we?"
And he goes like, "Oh, yeah, well, yeah, well, what are you doing here?"
There is nothing fucking better. There is no. I love watching those fucking videos of these fucking ass clowns getting fucking caught, and then they're like with your portrayal there. Oh, well, I mean, what do you mean?
They're trying to act like they're as pure as the wind, totally innocent. I'm just here shopping in the women's lingerie section where I'm supposed to meet some 14-year-old girl, and I've got condoms and I've got beer in the car and all that stuff. But
maybe a shovel and a bag.
But the Chris Hansen show had been on long enough to where, like, one, they had repeat offenders.
Yes.
The Chris Hansen will say, "Well, this kind of looks familiar. That's because we caught him 2 years ago, doing the
guy
same
walks
fucking
in,
thing."
Chris Hansen walks in and he's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Got caught again.
I thought, well, and then there was one where the guy was sitting down and Chris Hansen walks in and the guy's like, "Ah, man, I thought it was you. I thought it was going to be you." It's like they knew they were going to get caught, but they want to is that an insight to how strong that drive is, that you cannot resist that urge to think that you're going to hook up with a 13 or a 14-year-old and get your rocks off? I mean,
well, I'm going to straight up tell you that if you're watching this program and that drive is that strong, guess what? I don't need you to get the fuck out of here. It's fucking gross. It's disgusting. It's funny to watch these assholes get fucking caught. I fucking love watching these idiots. Fucking absolutely love it. I watched one the other night at the firehouse. Guys standing there and they're like, "Hey," and they're outside his house. Like they caught him outside his house. And they're like, "Choice is yours. We haven't called the cops yet, but we've got all of the documentation.
Yeah.
Your wife is in the house with your daughter. You go tell her. And when we hear you tell her, then we'll figure out where we go from there," which obviously is never going to be a good avenue regardless. So he's standing in the doorway. This I say poor fucker, and I don't mean it that way because he's a piece of shit. But this guy's standing there. He's got, lights on him, guy with a clipboard with all the pictures, and his wife's over here. You can't see her. She's out of the view. And you hear her fucking yelling, going, "What in the absolute fuck is wrong with you?" And then this guy goes, "All right, so I'm getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and call the cops because I'm afraid there's going to be a domestic dispute." But watching this shit, and these assholes think that they can get fucking away with it.
Yeah. No, I saw one where the guy was, I think he was actually at the hotel where he thought he was going to meet this girl. And the dude's like, and the dude, it wasn't Chris Hansen, but it was, there's groups out there that do these things and make these videos. And the dude
Which
was
good
like,
for them. Good
the
for
dude
them.
was like, "You're married, right?" And the guy was like, "Yes, I'm married." I mean, how long you been married? Like 48 years or 45 years. I mean, the dude's been married fucking forever. And he's like, "All right, I think it's best if we call your wife and tell her what's going on." So he's there on camera calling his wife, hey Jane, I got something to tell you.
Yeah, kind of got hammed
He's
up
like,
a little bit.
I'm in
fucking
I'm in
idiot.
Boulder right now. She said, "What are you doing in Boulder?" They live, in some other, they live in fucking Kansas or something. Well, I thought I was gonna meet a friend of mine, and the guy's like, "No, tell her the truth. Tell her the truth." And he like confessed to her on over the phone. And you just heard her on the other end, like, what the hell? You just totally blindsided
There's no switch
by this. And I mean, my God, can you imagine?
The one that I saw, this I say lady, she was like, I think they were both, the man and the woman were like 27, like the husband and wife. She was like, we're 27 fucking years old. What the fuck are you doing? We have a 6-year-old daughter. You're never going to be left alone with her ever again. She goes, I've been sick to my stomach for 2 fucking hours since I got this text message. And you can hear her fucking screaming. And I'm like, yeah, bro, you done fucked up, AA Ron. You done fucked up. But watching this shit, you deserve every fucking ounce of that shit. Plus, when you go to prison, you deserve some of our prison guard buddies.
Fucking thing you get. Yeah.
Yes, you deserve all of it. But it is funny for me as an outsider that is definitely not into that shit to watch all this bullshit happen, to watch like just the implosion, the beginning of the implosion of your fucking life because you made such a fucking stupid decision. And I don't give a fuck if you're sick or not. Oh, it's a mental illness. Fuck you. No, it's fucking gross. It's disgusting. And I get more enjoyment out of watching your life get fucking wrecked if you're that fucking guy. So, yes, I hope Chris Hansen comes back. I've actually cold called.
The only thing I hope that happens is it's on one of the cable channels that I have on my fiber optic.
On your rabbit ears?
Fiber. I have fiber, the fiber optics.
But I've actually cold called Chris,
on one of those
Chris
channels.
Hansen on Instagram trying to get him on the fucking podcast.
Oh, that would be cool.
We got big time. Just so you're aware, we got big time.
All right. Well, I think we gotta wrap it up.
But I'll reach out again.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
Well, you gonna do any type of fucking ad read since you didn't do your fucking homework? Or?
Well, which way? Who do you want to talk about?
You tell me. You had the job. I didn't.
I know.
You had the job.
I had a lot of radio this week. I got a lot of radio next week too.
And we have podcasts scheduled for next week. Guess what? We all have responsibilities.
I know. But I didn't do it. That's my bad. Let's talk about the Varner Foundation.
I knew you didn't.
Our buddy Dan Varner does so many great things in this community, and probably one of the best is the Varner Foundation for Children and Families. This is a 501c3 that reaches out to organizations that are involved in foster care. And the truth of the matter is,
I do like this one because it takes us out of the shot for a second.
Well, the truth of the matter is that a lot of families that get involved in foster care, they don't do it for the money. They do it because they genuinely want to help kids. But then when they face the reality of what it actually is, they find that their financial sources just get stretched a little too thin, and they drop out. There's a large number of them that drop out after only 1 year of doing this because they just can't make it happen financially. And that's where the Varner Foundation comes in, because if these families need help dealing with a foster child, and it could be something simple like a new pair of shoes, maybe we're short a bed in the house, something like that. Well, that's where the Varner Foundation comes in and helps these families out, cover those expenses, largely expenses that are unexpected. And Dan Varner has this set up in a way to where they can react quickly. And they've done the networking. Everything is in place. A lot of times it's one phone call, maybe 2 phone calls, and the money is on the way. The help is on the way. And whatever the issue is, it gets fixed. And so if you're of the mind to have any kind of charitable donation at all, we certainly hope you would consider the Varner Foundation for Children and Families because, and I need a beer for this because my beer is empty, 100% of the money that they receive goes to the mission. 100% of that money. It doesn't go to salaries, doesn't go to overhead.
Say it one more time.
100%. Doesn't go to office space. It goes to helping these families and helping these kids. And it's hard to imagine. Look, there's a lot of great missions out there, a lot of great charities. But this is one that's near and dear to us. Absolutely. Because, we just think that the people who engage in this for the right reasons are really some of the most special people we know. So thank you, Dan Varner and the Varner Foundation for Children and Families.
Good work.
There's my ad read.
All right. So maybe
and I said 100% a couple of times, so we got to drink a little bit.
And I actually took the ad off so they could see me drinking, and I put it back on.
And me too. All right. So I guess we'll wind things up where we started. And we started when we brought out the red Solo cup that's on top of our on-air sign. And that's because we lost Toby Keith this week. And one of the first things I saw was the video that he did. And it was at one of the country music shows. And I don't watch a lot of the, like the country music show or the Grammy. I mean, they become so politicized over the years. I stopped. Well, I used to enjoy the Grammys when I was a kid. Used to enjoy watching the Oscars. Used to enjoy watching the Golden Globes and all that kind of stuff. But, really, with all the political stuff that's happening these days, I've sort of lost the enjoyment of that. But these shows still go on, and there are still good performances that happen. And when you watch this, you've probably seen it already. But I thought this would be a great way to close our show as a final tribute to Toby Keith from One More and I'm Out of Here. Roll that video.
Roll that video.
It's good video.
Don't let the old man in. I want to live me some more. Can't leave it up to him. He's knocking on my door.
Hopefully we don't get checked out.
I knew all of my life that someday it would end. Get up and go outside. Don't let the old man in. Yeah, many moons I have lived. My body's weathered and worn. Just ask yourself, how old would you be if you didn't know the day you were born? Try to love on your wife and stay close to your friend. Toast each sundown with wine. Don't let the old man in. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, many moons I have lived. My body's weathered and worn. Ask yourself, how old would you be if you didn't know the day you were born? When he rides up on his horse and you feel that cold, bitter wind, look out your window and smile. Don't let the old man in. Look out your window and smile, but don't let the old man in.
So there we have it.
Good night, everybody. Toby Keith,
To Toby Keith.
one of the all-time greats.